Hi, I'm Wendell G. Welcome back. Part 2, transaction log from the North League. Helsingborg, always very active in the off-season. And what do we got here? Aidan Stallwell, starting pitcher prospect. Rattler, got a nice signing bonus, $2 million. Helsingborg went over the limit in terms of, I don't think we can see their front office. We can't. But they went over the limit in their international free agent. That just means next year they'll be a little bit more restricted in what they can sign. Center fielder Fergus Cupid, the phenom, got a big fat bonus. As you can see, Howard says Cupid's got all kinds of power. He's got world-class power. Eye and contact, maybe not so much, but you know what? With that kind of power, You know, Pottinger has, let's compare this power to Pottinger. Boom, boom. See that? This is a very Pottinger looking guy, except instead of an eye, he doesn't have the eye. Does he have the defense? No, he doesn't have the defense either. He'll be okay as a either a second baseman. Range. No, he'll be fine as a first baseman. What's his outfield rating looking like? Oh, he'll be fine as a corner outfielder. Yeah. So Pottinger versus Cupid. You see the home run power here, but Pottinger has the eye. Cupid, much more mediocre eye. So so that's how Howard breaks these two up here. Anyway, I thought that was a really good get. I wasn't going to go $6.5 million out. Also, if you go over $4 million, the amount you go over $4 million is taxed at 100%. So somehow that $6.5 million will cost an extra $2.5 million. So this will end up costing $9 million to the Helsingborg organization. I don't know where that tax comes from, that extra $2.5 million though. There were some draft picks involved in this trade of Wilkins to Cairo. He's a pitcher prospect, fine-looking pitcher prospect. Control is his Achilles elbow. And he gets a Peter Leifson, in return. Pet my dog, Leifson. In return, Leifson has got a great bat, first baseman, 24 years old. Look at that, man. DH, kind of a player, maybe okay in the field if he's got a good second baseman next to him. Look at this, hitting all day for Cairo, all kinds of OPS plus and more. And he's 24, so this probably his last year was his, as he kind of grew into maturity. He was an early call-up by Cairo. Good get for Helga. And Helga keeps going after the bat. Helsingborg likes the bats. Orlando likes the bats. And, hitting is good. You need some hitting, which I don't have. Sergio Garcia, a prospect, went to Buenos Aires. I don't know what was involved. Draft picks, I guess. Fabian came from Amsterdam. He's 31, but he is a elite closer, reliever. He's going to help the bullpen, the Helsingborg bullpen, a ton. So teams with light hitting bats probably won't have much of a chance against this guy. And I'm thinking about myself. The good news with Black Magic is he's in his final year. He's only $3.5 million. That guy's cheap, man. Guy's cheap. I wonder what he wants in an extension. If it's under $6 million, I would sign this guy to a 2-year extension. So you can see how active Orlando is in the offseason here. He claimed Bailey Challen off waivers. No, wait a minute. Did he claim him off waivers? How'd this go? History. He traded. Okay, Las Vegas put him on waivers, but Helsingborg bought him for $1 million. Helga could not have claimed him off waivers because another team would have snooped in and got him. A team with a poorer record. Challen, I like this guy. He had some injury issues, and it looks like his movement is a problem. But he went to Key West, along with some cash in return. For a shortstop prospect, Anastasio Borsalino. This basically was a move to get Key West, to get Challen off the Helga role and on to, get Key West in pitching. That's the way I see it anyway. What else we got? November, international amateurs. Really like the number of international amateurs coming into our league. Many of them come up on my screen with zeros. I can't see them. I don't know why, but it's just the way it is. Let's see, this guy, Boris Alamazian. He was on waivers for a while. I almost claimed him, but didn't. I really like what Orlando does here. Helsingborg's going after, you see the center fielder prospects, the shortstop prospects. They're going after the heart of the defense, which is really important in this league. What else? Where are we at? What month are we in? This is November, so let's see. Robbie Farr, Doodles. Helsingborg went back and forth over whether to extend Doodles. He just kept doing well enough to get extended, and he finally let him go this time around. Let him reset that contract ask. Let's see. Valcourt, Zumaya, and Anskettle were extended for cheap money. Valcourt, $3.4 million. That's kind of a lot for a reliever, but sometimes you got to do that, right? Borderline starter. Yeah. Spot starter. Let's see, what else? Oh, Zach Campbell. The big trade happened first thing off the bat, November the 1st. Zach Campbell and center fielder Gutierrez went to False Bay in return for prospect Eglinton, starting pitcher Nazvanov, and pitching prospect Wilkins, who wound up being a flip. Nazvanov and Na are pretty darn good pitchers. Nazvanov is really good. If you can outlast, best strategy against Nazvanov, just outlast him. Hopefully he won't pitch more than 5 innings. Na, also great. Na, really, this guy is going to cause us more problems than Nazvanov. Hopefully we can just hit a bunch of balls right back up the middle and he won't be able to handle them. So, round ball pitcher. Yeah. And these guys are also on Major League minimum contracts. This was a really great get. This was a fantastic trade, in my opinion, by Helsingborg. And there was draft picks involved? Don't remember. Campbell, of course, is an outstanding last resort. One of the most talked about prospects in the WBL. All right, well, that's Helsingborg. I spent 8 minutes talking about Helsingborg. But a lot of activity. And that's good to see. Istanbul also has a lot of activity. Sometimes I wonder about them. Third baseman Toby Butcher signed a 2-year contract for $4.5 million. Let's look at Butcher. Probably be a stopgap third baseman, 29 years old. Not bad. Not bad. Great speed, durable. He'll bring some bat. He's with Dublin for many years. Probably a career Dublin guy. Let's see. Jamie Lee, Toki Komatsu. I don't know this guy. Toki Komatsu. 24. Former Buenos Aires project. $2.2 million. Okay. What else is going on here? I thought, did Istanbul not sign any international amateurs? Roviva and Juarez are going to help out Istanbul quite a lot if Yankee doesn't turn around and flip them. What else here? Juan Guillen to a minor league contract. That was a good get. I like this guy. Good defense, and he can give you the OBP, I think, if you need it. In fact, he was one of my guys. That's how I know about him. He was one of my guys, and I let him go. He was a career minor leaguer. Couldn't find room for him. He can't work at shortstop, but he's a great second baseman. What did I do? Or I released him. Yeah, released him. He was 25. I was like, yeah, got to move on. What else here? Signed Orlando Aguilar. Wow, 5-year extension of $71 million. That's big potatoes right there. 8, 9, 15, 17. Ooh, man, that's a hockey stick contract. That's going to hurt in a couple of years. Woo! What's his ARB look like? 10. First baseman, a DH type right here. Right-handed batter. Hitting expensive in this league, man. Let's see. Fod and Correa came from Vegas. Correa, fine bullpen guy. Fod, getting old, 37. Still can bring it though. 92 miles an hour. Keeps it on the ground. Man, 37. Still pitching like this. Nice. Nice. That's still elite right there. Movement and control. Oh, but that contract, $14 million. Ooh, that's a lot for a reliever. Let's see, November. How about October? Eugene Burns retires. Nicholas Brune. We picked up Nicholas Brune in the. It's one of my first free agent pickup in the off season. He struggles with control, but he's got some strikeout pitches. That changeup, man, sets it up well with the sinker, fastball. So he's going to be kind of a project for us. He did not have a great whip with Istanbul last year at all. In fact, he didn't get a whole lot of play last year. We'll see. He used to be a Helga product. Buenos Aires. He's bounced around a bit. He remembered Panama City. So, yeah, Brune's now on our roster. I like this guy. We'll just see how he works out. See how he works. He's kind of a flyer. So that's Istanbul, Constantinople. Let's see, who else is on the north? Vegas, Las Vegas. Lost wages. Kasuma left Vegas and has come back. Vegas was trying to deal him. I think he's a good get, especially at under $800,000. He's still dealing with that UCL surgery. Moody was a good get to a minor league contract. This guy, third baseman, I looked at him. In fact, he was in my system for a couple years, and he did well in AAA. This guy might be one of those guys that you just have to have him on your big league roster to see what he does. He's just got outstanding defense around the left side of the infield. I think he should be on the major league roster as utility infielder myself. I went back and forth with him. Jose Barron, under $1 million for a contract as a good get. Anytime you can sign a guy under $1 million, man, you ain't lost nothing. International amateurs. So Vegas got a couple of these guys. Zhang Kui, prospect, starting pitching prospect, and Vander Reed, another starting pitching prospect. Good. I like these gets. Gabriel Cruz, this is my kind. Oh, man. Wait a minute. This guy was a what? Free agent, middle reliever. Oh, okay. Vegas kind of pioneered this. Guys, pay attention. Some of these minor leaguers that you want, I'm going to tip my hat again. I keep doing it, but it's all good. Some of these minor leaguers, two guys offer this guy the same minor league contract. One guy offers him a $10,000 bonus. He's going to go with that. So Vegas figured this out early. Give them a little bit of change, and they'll go with the team that gives them a little bit extra. Doesn't have to be much. 10 grand. Jorge Rodriguez. You see, Vegas likes to mess with the guys who have control issues. So, yeah. Wilkins was in my system for a year. 1 year? Yeah, 1 year. And he did fine in AAA. He had great numbers in AAA. 1.24 WAR, 1.93 ERA, 36 games, 42 innings. But that stuff rating, man, it's kind of scary. Don't know how he's going to give up a whole lot of contact. And basically, he's an extreme ground ball. It depends on how much defense you got around him. If you got a really good infield defensively, this guy would be okay in the rotation. Maybe not. Maybe a long relief. What else? Another international amateur, Emmerich Marquette. We won't go through all these guys, but yeah. So Vegas was active in the international free agent sweepstakes, and that was good to see. I like this get by Vegas, Chris Brown. Wish I had Chris Brown on my roster. That was February. Let's go back to November. Renewals. Anything ringing a bell here? Kattenberg became a free agent. Doe was shopping this guy for a while. And Han, shopping him. Perez became a free agent. I wonder how old Perez was. 35. Dizzy. Oh, okay. Let's see. Julong Wang. I think these moves here were mostly about getting payroll off the books. Traded Julong Wang to Kabul, getting 1.5 million in cash. Yeah. October last contract. Yeah, so Doe was he was trying to get money off the books this past year, and up to the point of giving guys away for some cash money. So yeah, so that's Vegas, and let's move on down. Seoul was very active in the offseason. Free agent Abel Hernandez came in for $2 million. $2 million for this guy. He's 35. This is a good get. Old loudmouth. He'd been around the league, but he's still got some. He can bring it. He's still got something to offer. International amateur Claudio Martinez for a center fielder for a $600,000 signing bonus. That was a really good get. This guy's got great defense. 16 years old. He's going to grow into that bat, I think. Juan Gomez came on roll. $17 million, 3 years. Good outfielder. Good pinch hitter. Kind of a guy. International amateur Miguel Delgado, $1 million bonus. I like these, getting these. I've said this before. I like getting the international amateurs for, $1 million and under. And let's see, minor league closer Patrick Heathcote went to Key West in return for Aldred Yakums. I don't know if any draft picks were involved, but man, it's a good get for the bullpen in Seoul. Seoul doesn't do a whole lot of talking, but they've made some good moves. Their scouting system's finding some internationals. It's good. Lots of internationals in the offseason. Stock that system up. Pottinger became too expensive. They let him go. Gabe Ramos getting old and expensive. Let him go. Yeah, Fady gone. A lot of guys walked out of the Seoul system this past year. Any notable, what a name, Branko Neef, great name. Helmrich got an extension. Good. All right. October, Bullwinkle went back to Singapore. Okay, so that's Seoul, and let's finalize this. Let's finish up this tour to transactions with my stuff and Moscow. So I gave this guy a free agent. This guy showed up out of nowhere. Oscar Van Dongen. I gave him $1 million to sign with me on a minor league contract. No history. He just popped up out of the blue, and I just wanted to have him on my roster. Probably overpaid him that bonus, but I wanted him, and I thought maybe some other teams were after him. Extended Jaime Robles 5 years at $5 million per year. Thought that was a good get. Jaime's really young. He's entering his final year at. Let me think about this for a minute. I think he would have one more year at the minimum, but I went ahead and bought that year out at $5 million instead of paying him $500,000 in order to buy him out cheaper in subsequent years. So Kellogg came to us three years at $5 million per year. Virgil Langenkamp, this guy took forever to sign, but he did. He's a minor leaguer, 24 years old. He came in as a free agent from Independent League. I like looking for these guys and seeing what they got, and just bringing them on and giving them a year if I got room in the bullpen for them or in the system, in the farm. And let's see. Leonardo Munoz came over from Key West. Signed him 5 years at about $2.6 per year. And, yeah, man, I like this guy. He's got 3 pitches. He should be growing into that slider. He's still 22. And, man, I thought this was a good get on my part. He's been on the roster for 2 years. Been a major leaguer for 2 years. I think I bought out his final year at the minimum for extra money, but to me, it's worth it to stabilize those upcoming years. So I really enjoyed. I really like stabilizing guys to contracts I can afford. $5 million a year, I won't break a sweat over it. $2.6 million a year for a bullpen guy. Yeah. You'll see I've done a lot of churn in minor league stuff. I'll sign some guys. A week later, I let them go. There's some guys out, minor leaguers in free agency, that I like to pull into my system, get a good look at, kind of smoke them over and see what they look like, and either stock my system with them or release them. I do a lot of churn in my minor leagues, in the off season at least. Here's the big trade to get Bing Liu. I sure hope this guy will re-up with me. Jose Rivas. He's another guy. I extended him 5 years at $2 million per year, which is good money. Even if he's just a reliever. But if he ends up in the rotation, it's outstanding money. Let's see. Okay, and we did sign 5 international amateurs, and I think I won the sweepstakes for the cheapest signing of an international amateur at $49,000. Marcelino Morales, look at that middle finger power. My scouts keep going back and forth on these guys. I swear these guys they'll look great one day, and the next day pull them up, they look like crap, they look great. So Turtlio, man, I kind of wonder about this guy. You see his stuff, his ceiling is 45, and yet he's got 3 pitches 50 or better. So yeah, I think this guy's got better than this guy's going to be AAA material at least, and I think he was worth $110,000 to get into my system. Somebody else said Rodriguez was a good find. I don't know, man. I would just kind of bottom surfing, going after the cheap guys. I like to get a little bit of book into my system. Ron Stanley and a pick went to Key West in return for Leonardo Munoz. I think my first round pick went to Guxta for Munoz, and it's worth it to me. Very worth it. January, let's see, international amateur, December, international, a little bit. Not as much activity as Seoul. Nicholas Brune, I think he was my first free agent pickup. We're going to find out. Here we got a lot of free agent. Lock Dang, he's at $4.2 million now. One of the biggest moves I made was to void the option year of Lars Nyland. He had a $12 million year coming up, and he just didn't. I mean, look at this. He hit 243 for us. I mean, he got on base 337, but his defense was lousy. Let's see here. Nyland. His defense last year, he played almost all the time in center field, a minus 9.2 zone rating in center field. He was probably the lousiest center fielder in the league, which I can hardly abide. Not a bad guy. I mean, not a bad bat. He'll get on base. He's an on-base kind of a guy. He can play right field, but not center field. Don't. Which is weird. You would think his ratings would be fine for center field. See, outfield range 60, but no. Let's see. Released outfield. We talked about that. Jose Rivas, Morton Larson, plus a draft pick for a couple of draft picks for Jose Rivas. Yeah, that was November, and then October. Yeah, some releases. All right, so that's a tour around the North League transactions, and I'll be back for part 3, which is the Tour de South League, and we'll start with Australia, the land of Oz. So I'll be right back.